My dear students, I welcome you all to my channel. I hope you are all well and your studies are also going on well. This is set 4 of 10 good problems on the chapter of percentage. I hope you have watched the previous 3 sets on 10 good problems on the same chapter. These problems are relatively harder problems than what we solved from the textbook of author R.S. Agarwal. So it is highly recommended that you should try to solve this set of all the sets of 10 good problems. So this video is part of the playlist Maths 8 Hot, where HOT stands for High Order Thinking Problem. If you are new to my channel or not yet subscribed, and if you are visiting my channel for the first time or seeing this video for the first time, and if my videos are beneficial to you, then I strongly suggest and request that you please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So let's get started in solving 10 good problems of set 4 of the chapter of percentage. Okay, so I am in a different setup. I am using a different software, that is QuickTime, which is a built-in application in Mac, because this is the only way I see that I am having a smooth experience while discussing and writing on the canvas. So on the left hand side, I have the PDF of the 10 good problems of set 4 on the chapter of percentage. I hope the fonts are big enough and you can read it, even though the link of the PDF of these 10 good problems will be given in the description below. So as usual, you should always try to solve this problem yourself first, and only if you are stuck, then you should refer this solution video to see the solution and the concept applied to solve a problem. After solving a problem, I will pause for a few seconds so that you can take a screenshot of the solution if you think it will help you. So let's get started in solving the problems. The first problem says that if 50% of x minus y is equal to 30% of x plus y, then what percent of x is y? Okay, then what percent of x is y? And we are given that 50% of x minus y is equal to 30% of x plus y. So let's see what we can derive from that. It is given that 50% of x minus y is equal to 30% of x plus y. Okay, now what is we have to simplify the percentage and of operator on both the sides. What is 50% of x minus y? 50% means 50 by 100, and of operator means multiplication. So we have 50% of x minus y means 50 by 100 multiplied by x minus y. Similarly, the same thing we can do on the right hand side. It will be 30 divided by 100 multiplied by x plus y. Now you can do a little bit of cancellation, that is, we can divide both sides by 1 by 100, because we see 100 is in the denominator of both the sides. Also, we can factor out 10 from 50 and 10 from 30, and we can also cancel that 10 factor. So, but before that, you can obviously cancel, you can simplify. So this will be, if you simplify 50 by 100, it becomes x minus y, let's say x minus y divided by 2. 50 by 100 is 2. So we have this, and on the right hand side we have 3 multiplied by x plus y divided by 10. Now you can use cross multiplication. We can use cross multiplication, and we get 10 multiplied by x minus y is equal to 3 into 6 multiplied by x plus y. Okay, this implies 10x, if I do the product on both the sides, that is LHS and RHS, I get 10x minus 10y is equal to 6x plus 6y. Now I need to find a relation between x and y. Particularly, I want to find what is x divided by divided by y, x by y, or x is to y. Because if I can find x by y or x is to y, I can then compute or I can calculate then what percent of x is y. So I will bring from this equation, I will bring all the x terms to the left hand side and all the y terms to the right hand side, and I get 10x minus 6x is equal to 6y plus 10y. This after further simplification becomes 4x is equal to 16y. This implies I can cancel out, divide both the sides by 4, and I get x is equal to 4y, or I can say x by y is equal to 4. I have this. Now what is the question asking? The question is asking what percent of what? The question is what percent of x is y, or we can say what percent is x of y. It means the same thing. What percent is x of y, or what percent of x what percent of x is y, and sorry, I have written in the wrong way. It is asking what percent of x is y. So I can say what percent is y of x. This is what the question is asking, and this is equal to, we know, y by x multiplied by 100. This much percentage. What the question is, what percent of x is y, which is equal to y by x multiplied by 100, this much percentage. Now we have found from x, we know what is x by y, but we need y by x. So from x by y equals to 4, we can say y by x is equal to 1 by 4. So now y by x multiplied by 100 becomes 1 by 4 multiplied by 100, this much percentage, which is equal to 25 percentage. So the answer is 25 percentage, and hence the correct choice is A. A is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 2. A man loses 12.5% of his money. After spending 70% of the remainder, he was left with rupees 210. The money that he had at the beginning is. So the man had some money. From that money, out of that money, 12.5% of that money he lost in something. And the remaining, after spending 70% of the remainder means whatever the money is left after the certain amount of money was lost. From that remaining money, 70% of that remaining money he spent on something. And after spending that money, whatever finally the money was left, that was rupees 210. And it is asking then what was the original amount of money the man had. Okay, so whatever the unknown is, it is a standard way that we always assume that unknown to be a variable. So let the man originally had rupees x. Okay, so amount money lost is given to be equal to 12.5% of the original money or the initial money, which is we have assumed to be x. Now 12.5 means 25 by 2% of rupees X. This is equal to rupees 25 by 2% means 25 by 2 divided by 100 multiplied by X. This after simplification 25 by 200 multiplied by X becomes X by 8. X by 8. So rupees X by 8 is the money lost, where we have assumed X to be the originally the initial amount of money the money had. Okay. So money remaining after the loss will be then equal to rupees X minus rupees X by 8. This is equal to rupees X minus X by 8, and this is equal to rupees X minus X by 8 is 7X by 8. Rupees 7X by 8 is the money remaining after 12.5% of the money was lost. Okay. So this is the remainder that the question is talking about, that after spending 70% of the remainder is rupees 7X by 8. So this implies money spent, that is 70% of the remainder was spent. So let's calculate what the money was spent. So money spent is equal to 70% of the remainder, that is rupees 7X by 8. This is equal to rupees 70% means 70 by 100 and multiplied by 7X by 8. This is equal to rupees let's do a little bit of simplification. Let's cancel 1 0 and we have 49X by 80. So this is the 49X by 100 by 80 is the money that was spent. So finally, final money left will be then equal to 7X by 8 was the money remaining after the loss, and from that 7X by 8 49X by 80 was spent. So finally the money left is 7X by 8 minus 49X by 80. This is equal to rupees 70X minus 49X divided by 80. This is equal to rupees 70X minus 49X is 21X by 80. So this is the money finally left with the man, where 21X by 80, where X is the money initially the man had as per our assumption. So now we can say that rupees to 21X by 80 must be equal to rupees 210, because the problem says that after spending 70% of the remainder he was left with rupees 210. Now we have the equation, we can cancel the units and we can compare the values, and we can say 21X by 80 must be equal to 210. This implies X should be equal to 210 multiplied by 80 divided by 21. Okay, so 21 cancels 210 with 10, and this is equal to 800. So rupees 800 is the initial amount of money the man had, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Excuse me, friend. I will have some water. Okay. Uh, let's do problem number 3. In an examination, 52% candidates failed in English, 42% in maths, and 17% in both. The percentage of those passed in both the subjects is. In an examination, 52% candidates failed in English, okay, 42% in maths, and 17% in both. Now, okay, so 17% failed in both, that is, the 17% of the candidate failed in both English and maths, but the 52% candidates failed in English. This 52, in the 52%, it also includes the candidates who have failed in both, and also the 42% failed in maths. That the 42% also includes the candidates who failed in both. So we can say that we can say that 52 minus 17% candidates failed only in English. In the problem, the 52% candidates, they are not the candidates who failed only in English. They are the candidates who failed in English, but in these 52% of candidates, some candidates may have also failed in maths. So and to find the percentage of candidates who failed only in English, we have to subtract the 17% from 52%, because the 17% candidates failed in both maths and you can consider like this visually. Let's say this is the percentage of, this is a kind of Venn diagram. I don't know whether you have studied set or not, Venn diagram. So if this region, this circle contains the candidates who have failed in English, so this is 52%, and there are some candidates who have failed in this is failed in English. Let's say this is failed in maths. This percentage is given to be 42%. You can see there is an overlap. This region, these candidates have failed in both English and maths, and this is which is given to be 17%. So to find the percentage, let's say this percentage which is shaded with horizontal lines, these are the candidates who failed only in English, and let's say these shaded region with the vertical lines, these are the percentage of the candidates who have failed only in maths. So you can understand that to find the percentage of candidates who only failed in English, we have to subtract 17 from 52. So we get that is, which this is 52 minus 17 is how much? It is 35. So 35% of candidates failed only in English. Similarly, 42 minus 17 percent, or how much is 42 minus 17? It is 25. So 25% of the candidates failed only in math. See, a candidate, there are four possibilities. A candidate may have only failed in English, a candidate may have only failed in maths, a candidate may have failed in both, and the remaining candidates must be the candidates who have passed in both. That is the percentage we have to find. Okay, so we see that 35% of the candidates failed only in English, 25% of the candidates failed only in math. Also, we know that 17% candidates failed in both. So this implies, now the total percentage, the 100% means all the candidates. So we can say this implies that percentage of candidates who passed in both must be equal to 100% means all the candidates, 100 minus the percentage of the candidates who failed only in English, that is 35, the percentage of the candidates who failed only in maths, that is 25, and the percentage of people who failed in both, that is 17. So this percentage should be the percentage of candidates who have passed in both the subjects. Now this is equal to 100 minus 77 percentage, which is equal to 23 percentage. So 23 percentage is the candidates who have passed in both the subjects. So the correct answer is A. A is the correct choice. Okay, let's see, do question number 4. The cost of a vehicle is rupees 1,75,000. If its value depreciates at the rate of 20% per year, then the total depreciation after 3 years is. So after every 1 year, the value is decreasing by, depreciates means decreasing, the cost is decreasing by 20%. So after the first year, the initial cost was 1,75,000. Then the total depreciation in rupees, it is asking the total depreciation in rupees. Okay, so after first year, 20% will decrease, the value will become 20% less. Now whatever that less value is at the end of 1 year, first year, at the end of second year, another 20% of the value at the end of first year will get decreased. This way we have to find what is the total depreciation or the decrease at the end of 3 years. Okay, so now definitely the initial cost of the vehicle, that is 1,75,000, will be used, but we will not in the equation we will not use it all the time, because, so let's say we will denote the initial value of the cost of the vehicle, that is 1,75,000, as with a variable. So let initial cost be let's say C, which is equal to rupees given, it is a constant value, but we are just representing the rupees 1,75,000 by the letter C, because finally in the finally we will use, in the calculation we will use the letter C, and finally to get the answer we will substitute the value of C as 1,75,000. That will save a bit of time. Okay, so we are assuming that the initial cost of the vehicle is rupees is C, which is actually rupees 1,75,000. Okay, so what will be the cost of the vehicle after first year, after end of first year, cost of car will be definitely 20% less than C. C is the original price. At the end of first year, it will be, since at the end of every year the cost is decreasing by 20%. So at the end of first year, the cost of the car will be 20% less than C. 20% less means 100 minus 20% of C. This is equal to 80% of C. This is equal to 80 by 100 multiplied by C, and this after simplification is 4C by 5. Okay, so this is the price of the car at the end of first year. Okay, so similarly, after end of second year, cost of car will be equal to 20% less, but this time 20% less based on what? Based on the cost of the car at the end of first year, which is 4C by 5. This is equal to, 20% less, 20%, it will be 20% less than 4C by 5. This is equal to, again, 100 minus 20% of 4C by 5. This is equal to 80% of 4C by 5. This is again is equal to 80%, means 80 by 100 multiplied by 4C by 5, which after simplification will be 0 cancels out, and 32 C by 50, which is equal to 16 C by 25. So after the end of second year, the cost of the car becomes 16 C by 25. We have to calculate the total depreciation after 3 years. Okay, again, cost of car at end of third year will be equal to 20% less than the cost of the car at the end of second year, which is 16 C by 25. 20% less means 100 minus 20% of 16 C by 25. That is, I hope you are aware, if you have seen my videos, theoretical videos in the other playlist, that is CBSE Maths 8 RS Agarwal, from the chapter of percentages. In those videos, theoretical videos, I have discussed the fact that X percent less than Y, where Y is some quantity, it can have some unit or it can be some pure number. This is equal to 100 minus X percentage of Y. Okay, so now this becomes 80% of 16 C by 25, which is equal to 80 divided by 100 multiplied by 16C by 25. So this after cancellation, after simplification, it becomes, so 18 into 16C by 8 into 16C by 250. This is equal to 125 to 4. 64 C by 125. So this is the cost of the car at the end of the third year. So the depreciation, this implies total depreciation or the decrease, total depreciation then becomes the initial cost of the car was C, and then the final cost became 64, that is the cost of the after the end of 3 years becomes 64C by 125. This is equal to 125 minus 64 divided by 125 into C. This is equal to 5 and then 61. 61 by 125 multiplied by C. Now what is C? C, we know, we just assumed C to be the letter C represents the value of 1,75,000. So this will be, the total depreciation is rupees 61 by 125 multiplied by 175,000. Okay, so now we have to do some simplification. So 25 cancels 125 with 5, 25 cancels 175 with 7. 25 into 7 is, no, 25, yes, 7. So this is 7,000. This becomes rupees 61 into 7 is 7, 4, 2 and then 3, 0. So 4,27,000 is the total depreciation, and it is not, there are no choices as 4,027. Then the total depreciation after 3 years is 61 by 125 multiplied by 175,000. So 25 cancels 125 with 5 and 25 cancels 175 with 7. 7,000. $742. Then the total depreciation after 3 years is what is wrong? I have to see. Let's see if I have done any calculation mistake or not. The initial price is assumed to be C, which is equal to 1,75,000. Fine. So after the end of first year, the cost will be 20% less than C, which is 100 minus 20% of C, which is 80% of C, which is 80 by 100 multiplied by C, which is after simplification 4C by 5. Okay. Now again, at the end of second year, the cost will be 20% less than 4c by 5, which is 20% less than 4c by 5 means 100 minus 20% of 4c by 5, which is 80% of 4c by 5, which is 80 by 100 multiplied by 4c by 5, which is 32c by 50, okay, which is equal to 16c by 25. 16c by 25. So at the end of second year, the cost became 16c by 25. So again at the end of third year, the cost will be 20% less than 16c by 25, which is 100 minus 20% of 16c by 25, which is 80% of 16c by 25, which is 80 by 100 multiplied by 16c by 25, which is we are cancelling 1 0 from 80 and 100, so we get 8 into 16c divided by 250, okay, and then we are dividing by 2, so 4 and 125. 4 and 125, okay, so it becomes 64c by 125, okay. 64c by 125. So total depreciation must be the initial price for C, and the final price at the end of third year became 64c by 125. So the total decrease must be C minus 64c by 125, which is equal to 125c minus 64c by 125, which is equal to 61c by 125. Now this must be the total depreciation. If we substitute the value of C as 1,75,000 and simplify, it becomes oh, I'm sorry, there was a 5, there was a divided by 5, there was a denominator, there was a 5, there was a 5, okay. So this becomes 42,427,000 divided by 5 becomes 8, 5, 4, 0, 0. So 85,400, 85,400. So the correct choice is, this is the total depreciation, and hence the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Okay. Let's do problem number 5. A nursery have 5,000 plants in which 5% are roses and 1% are sunflowers. What is the total number of other plants? A nursery have 5,000 plants, okay, in which 5% are roses. So 5% are roses and 1% are sunflowers. So definitely, since the total amount we assume to be 100%, so this implies percentage of other plants must be equal to 100 minus 5 minus 1 percentage. 5% are roses, 1% are sunflowers, the others, it is asking about what is the total number of other plants. So the remaining percentage must be others. The remaining percentage means the total number of plants is considered to be 100%. So the percentage of the other plants should be 100 minus 5 minus 1. This is 100 minus 6 percentage, which is equal to 95 fourth percentage is the percentage of other plants. So this implies a total number of this percentage is basically based on the total number of plants, which is 5000. So total number of other plants will be equal to 94% of the total number of plants, that is 5000. This is equal to 94 divided by 100 multiplied by 5000. This is equal to 50. So this is equal to 20, 45, 47 and 0. So 4700 is the total number of other plants. Hence the correct choice is A. Let's do question number 6. Three numbers x, y, z are in the ratio 2:3:5. Then by what percent 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y? Then by what percent 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y? Okay. So whenever you have a problem where the ratio of some quantities are given, it is a standard way of solving the problem by assuming those quantities as a multiple of the parts of the given ratio. So it is given that x to y is to z is equal to 2:3:5. So let's assume values of x, y and z be, since usually if there is a ratio 2:3 between two quantities 2:3, we assume the values to be 2x and 3x. But since x is already given in the problem, we will use some other variable. So let's assume values of x and y and z be, let's use a t. So 2t, 3t and 5t respectively. So we are assumed the values of x, y and z to be 2t, 3t and 5t respectively. So this implies what will be, we have to find that by what percent 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y. So we have to compute the value of 2z plus y and x plus 2y. So what is then 2z plus y? This is equal to 2. What is z? Z is 5t and y is 3t. This is equal to 10t plus 3t, that is 13t. Also x plus 2y will be equal to, x is 2t and 2y, that is y is 3t, so 2y. This becomes 2t plus 6t is 8t. Okay. So we have to now compute. We have to find by what percent 2z plus y is more. Okay. So we can say that 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y by how much? By 13t minus 8t, that is 5t. So we can say that 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y by 5t. So now the question is, we have to find what is the percentage of 5t based on x plus 2y, because it is asking by what percent 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y. So the more, whatever that amount is, that amount its percentage has to be computed based on x plus 2y. So now the question is, we have that the thing that we have to find is what percentage is 5t of x plus 2y. Why? Because 5t is the amount by which 2z plus y is more than x plus 2y, and so we have to find what percentage is 5t of x plus 2y. This is equal to what percentage is 5t of what is x plus 2y. X plus 2y is 8t. So this is equal to 5t divided by 8t multiplied by 100. This is equal to t cancels out, we get 500 divided by, so this was percentage, 500 by 8 percentage. Now this is equal to, if you do simplification of 508, so if you divide by 4 divides 500 with 125 and 2. So this is 125 by 2 percentage, which is equal to 125 by 2 as a mixed fraction will be 62 and half percentage. 62 and half percentage. So the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Let's do problem number 7. If 33 and 1/3% of an AC ticket fare is equal to 62 and 2/3% of a non-AC ticket fare, then by what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare? (33 and 1/3% of an AC ticket fare is equal to, so it is given that 33 1 by, first of all let's simplify the mixed fraction. 33 and 1 by 3% means 100 by 3%, and 62 2/3% is equal to 18 9, it's 200 by 3%. Okay, so now the problem it is said that 33 and 1/3% of an AC ticket fare. So we have 100 by 3% of AC ticket fare. So let's say AC ticket fare. So ACTF is the fare of AC ticket, is equal to 200 by 3% of non-AC ticket fare. So NACTF, very weird name I am taking. So let's say ACTF, let's say this be X and this be Y. It will be easier. It will be painful to write ACTF and NACTF again and again. So we are considering that X be the fare of AC ticket fare and Y be the fare of non-AC ticket fare. So we have, it is given that 100 by 3% of X is equal to 200 by 3% of Y. Now this implies 100 by 3 percentage of X means 100. 100 by 3 divided by 100, that is this 100 multiplied by X is equal to 200 by 3 percentage means 200 by 3 divided by 100 multiplied by Y. This implies 100 cancels out, 3 cancels out, and we get 100x is equal to 200y. So this implies that x is equal to 2y. Okay. Now what percent of AC ticket fare? AC ticket fare is x and non-AC ticket fare is y. So what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare? Okay. So let T percent of so it is asking what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare. So we are assuming let T percent of AC ticket fare, which is x, is equal to the fare of the non-AC ticket fare, which is y. If we assume this will imply that T percent of x means T by 100 multiplied by x is equal to y. So this implies we have to find T. So this will imply that T is equal to 100 multiplied by y by x. So we just need the value of y by x, and from here x equals to 2y, we can say that y by x is equal to 1 by 2. So T will be equal to 100 multiplied by y by x is 1 by 2, which is equal to 50. So 50% of non-AC ticket fare should be equal to 50% of AC ticket fare should be equal to non-AC ticket fare. So 50% is the 50% is the answer, but it is not given in the choices. So we must have done something wrong. Then what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare? Let's see. 33 and 1 by 3% means 100 by 3%. Okay, and 66 and 2 by 3% means 66 and 2/3 means 200 by 3%. Okay, so we have 100 by 3% of AC ticket fare, which we are assuming to be x, is equal to 200 by 3% of non-AC ticket fare, which we are assuming to be y. So we have 100% of x is equal to 200 by 3% of y. From there we get 100 by 3 multiplied by 100 by 3 divided by 100 into x is equal to 200 by 3 divided by 100 multiplied by y. So we have 100 cancels out from both the denominator on both sides, and we have 3 also cancels out, and we have 100x is equal to 200y. This means x equals to 2y, or y by x is equal to half. Y by x is equal to half. Now it is asking then what percent of AC ticket fare, what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare, what percent? So we are assuming that T percent of AC ticket fare, which is x, is equal to non-AC ticket fare, which is y. So we must have T by 100 multiplied by x is equal to y. This implies T must be equal to 100y divided by x, and y by x we know y by x is half. 100 multiplied by half should be 50. I have no idea why 50 is not there in the choice. Then by what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare? I don't know, question mark. The solution did not match with the given choices. Anyway, let's move on to the next question. 8, question number 8. I will come back to this question later on. If 40% of m is 600 more than 25% of m, find m. What is given? 40% of m is 600 more than 25% of m. This is the mathematical form, not mathematical form, kind of mathematical form of the given problem statement. Okay. So now we can say that 40% of m is equal to 40 by 100 multiplied by m is equal to 600 plus 25% of m is, should be knowing that it is m by 4, because 25% means 25 by 100 and 25 by 100 is 1 by 4. So this implies 40 by 100, if you simplify that, becomes 2m by 5 is equal to 600 plus m by 4. So we got a linear equation in m and we have to solve for m. Now, in a linear equation, if you see rational terms, where at least one rational term is involved, is having the variable or the unknown, then we multiply both the sides of the equation with the LCM of the denominators of all the rational terms. In this equation, we have two rational terms, 2m by 5 and m by 4. The denominators are 5 and 4. So, and the LCM of 4 and 5 is 20. So we would like to simplify the equation, we would like to multiply both sides by 20. We know that as a rule of solving linear equation, you can always multiply both the sides of a equation with a non-zero number. So if I multiply 20 multiplied by 2m by 5 should be equal to 20 multiplied by the right hand side, that is 600 plus m by 4. So this implies the left hand side becomes 8m is equal to, if we do the product of 20 and the binomial 600 plus m by 4, it becomes 12,000 plus 5m. Now this is 8m minus 5m is equal to 12,000. This implies 3m is equal to 12,000. This implies m is equal to 12,000 divided by 3, which is 4,000. So m is 4,000, and hence the correct solution is C. C is the correct solution. Okay, let's do problem number 9. There are three numbers given. The first and second numbers are 20% and 40% more than the third number. What percent is the first number of the sum of the second and the third numbers? There are three numbers given. The first and second numbers are 20% and 40% more than the third number. Since the first and second numbers are given, their value are expressed as a percentage of the third number. So it's better we assume the value of the third number. So let third number be x. This implies first number is given to be 20% more than the third number. 20% more than x, which means 100 plus 20% of x, which means 120% of x, which is 120 by 100 multiplied by x. This after simplification becomes 6x by 5. So the first number is 6x by 5, where x is the third number as per our assumption. So this implies similarly second number is given to be 40% more than the third number, 40% more than x. This is equal to 100 plus 40% of x. This is 140% of x. This is 140 by 100 multiplied by x. This after simplification we have 7x by 5. 7x by 5. Okay. So third number is x as per our assumption. First number is 6x by 5 and second number is 7x by 5. Now what is given that what percentage is the first number of the sum of the second and third numbers. So it is asking to find the percentage of first number based on the sum of second and third number. So sum of second and third number is equal to second number was 7x by 5 and third number we have assumed to be x. So this is 7x by 5 plus x is 12x by 5. So we have to now compute what percent is the first number, which is 6x by 5, of the sum of second and third number, that is 12x by 5. So this is equal to, we have to find what percentage is 6x by 5 of 12x by 5. This is equal to 6x by 5 divided by 12x by 5 multiplied by 100. This much percentage. If we simplify, we will have 6x multiplied by 5 divided by 12x multiplied by 5 multiplied by 100. This much percentage, and this is equal to 5 cancels out, 6x cancels 12x with 2 and 2 cancels 100 with 50. So this is 50 percentage, and hence the correct choice is B. B is the correct choice. Okay, let's do problem number 10. Jacob and Mohan save 20% and 40% of their respective incomes. If their expenditures are equal, then what is the ratio of Mohan and Jacob? What does it mean? I think I've written the problem statement incorrectly. I think it should be, then what is the ratio of Mohan and Jacob's income? I think. Let's see. So Jacob and Mohan save 20% and 40% of their respective incomes. Jacob and Mohan save 20% and 40% of their respective incomes. If their expenditures are equal, then what is the ratio of Mohan and Jacob? It should be what is the ratio of Mohan and Jacob's income, I guess. Let's see. So let income of Jacob and Mohan be X and Y respectively. So X is the income of Jacob and Y is the income of Mohan. So this implies, it says that Jacob and Mohan saved 20% of their respective incomes. So saving of Jacob is 20% of Jacob's income. So 20% of X, which is equal to 20 by 100 multiplied by X, which is equal to X by 5. Also we can say saving of Mohan is equal to, given to be 40% of income. So 40% of Mohan's income, which is Y. This is equal to 40% of Y, means 40 by 100 multiplied by Y. This after simplification is 2Y by 5. 2Y by 5. Okay. Now, so this implies what is expenditure of Jacob will be his income, that is X, minus saving, that is X by 5. This is equal to 4X by 5. Similarly, expenditure of Mohan will be equal to his income, that is Y, minus his saving, that is 2Y minus 5. So Y minus 2Y by 5 is 3Y by 5, and it is given that the expenditure of both Mohan and Jacob are equal. So it means 4X by 5 is equal to 3Y by 5. We can cancel, we can multiply both sides by 5 and we get 4X equals 3Y. This implies, so it is asking the ratio of, definitely I think it is asking the ratio of the income of Mohan and Jacob. So this implies we have to find the ratio of the ratio of income of Mohan and Jacob will be Y by X. So from this we get Y by X is equal to 4 by 3. Hence we can say this implies Y is to X is equal to 4 is to 3. And what is Y? Y is the income of Mohan and X is the income of Jacob. So the answer should be 4 is to 3, and hence the correct choice is D. D is the correct choice. Now back to the question with a question mark, that is this question number 7. I will just try once again and see if I have done any mistake or not. So 33 and 1 by 3 is definitely is equal to 99 plus 1 by 3, which is 100 by 3 percentage, and 66 and 2/3 percentage means 66 multiplied by 3 plus 2 by 3, which is 66 multiplied by 3 is 198 plus 2 is 200 by 3 percentage. Okay, so it is given that 100 by 3 percentage of AC ticket fare is equal to 200 by 3 percentage of non-AC ticket fare. AC ticket fare we are assuming to be X and non-AC ticket fare we are assuming to be Y. So we get 100 by 3 percentage of X is equal to 200 by 3 percentage of Y. Okay. After simplifying, we get the left hand side 100 by 3 divided by 100 multiplied by X is equal to 200 by 3 divided by 100 multiplied by 5. Okay. Simplifying both the sides again, we get, rather cancelling, multiplying from this equation, multiplying both sides by 300, we will get 100x is equal to 200y. 100x is equal to 200y. From this we can say that x is equal to 2y, because we can divide both the sides by 100, and we will get x is equal to 2y. So from here we get y by x is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, y by x is equal to 1 by 2. So we will need the value of y by x. Now it is asking that what percent of AC ticket fare, what percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare. If we are assuming that T percent of AC ticket fare is equal to non-AC ticket fare, we will have T percent of X is equal to Y. Which means T by 100 multiplied by X is equal to Y. This implies from here we can say T is equal to Y into 100 divided by X, which is 100 into Y by X, and Y by X we know is half, so it will be 100 into half, which is 50. 50 to me looks correct answer. So it is highly possible that I have given wrong choices for the given problem. I don't know. To me, I think I have understood the problem correctly and have solved it correctly, and the answer is coming out to be 50, but there are no choices of 50. So maybe I have done something wrong. I have incorrectly copied the wrong choices. I'm sorry for that. Anyway, so this brings to an end in solving the set 4 of 10 good problems on the chapter of percentage, and I hope this set of problems will give you a good practice to test your understanding of the chapter concepts and evaluate your understanding of the concept. So please always try to solve the 10 good problems as and when I am coming up, because these are a good set of problems. The more problems you solve, the more your concept will be polished. So that is the main idea, to solve lots of problems in mathematics so that your concept of the chapter is always up to date and it is always in your memory. Because if you are out of touch in solving any chapter problems, it is highly probable that you will forget the formulas or the concepts. So always keep on solving problems from every chapter at regular intervals. So if this video was beneficial, then please like it, share it with your friends, and once again please support me by subscribing to my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you will be notified by my future videos. So keep an eye on this playlist, that is Maths 8 Hot, where I keep on coming up preparing and solving 10 good problems of every chapter as and when they are completed in the other playlist, that is CBSE Maths 8 R.S. Agarwal. And in that playlist I will soon be starting the next chapter, that is Profit and Loss. So also stay tuned for that video. So that is all for this video. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, take care and bye.